I've been doing martial arts since I was 6 years old. I'm 41 years old now. My son been doing martial arts since he was born. He's 21. And my daughter does martial arts, and she's been doing it since she was like 7. She's 11. And we then taught from China to all over the place. And my original reason for getting into martial arts really was because I was a little kid that was afraid to fight back.
Well, since the beginning of time, we talk about caveman days when they had to come out and fight for food. They had to go in their instinct in order to try to, slay the animal and bring the animal back home and eat. And then when whatever negative human emotions came about, they began to battle each other. They had to naturally find a way to overcome that combative attack that they were going through. So then when we had people that begin to branch out in other parts of the world, from China to Korea to Okinawa, they had to create their own individual styles that represented their environment and their culture. When we think of Chinese martial arts, I'll use, for example, like Northern Shaolin and Southern Shaolin. Northern Shaolin represents an open, wide open space for us. So, people do a lot of kicking and flying and jumping, where in the Southern arts of Kung Fu, you couldn't do a lot of jumping and flying because it dealt with a lot of rocks. So those styles had to be developed for survival of for the human instinct, but they also had to match that particular environment. And then we look at today, when we think of our particular style that we teach, it had to be adaptable for the inner cities of places like Baltimore and so forth. So that's what kind of like answers that question. Since the beginning of time up to today, you got to make sure whatever style of martial arts you are expressing or combat, it got to be conducive to that particular environment. In the book, we talk about the 12 principles: honesty, open-mindedness, willingness. You got to be honest. You got to be honest. Bruce Lee says we got to honestly express ourselves. When I honestly express myself and the person I'm communicating with, and they honestly express themselves, we got to be open to be able to comprehend what's being said by one another. And then once we are open to comprehend without judgment on what we are sharing, then we have that willingness, that faith, that act and go on. And then we do a more inventory. We start investigating and understanding, okay, that truth that I discovered from this other person, how can I apply it to myself so I can learn how to express myself in a manner that gives me strength and gives me confidence. When you are a martial artist, man, when you grow to become that, it ain't something, it ain't a goal that we strive for, we just become it. It's a combination, it's a mind and body experience where it all blends together. But the beautiful thing about it, martial artists come together. We ain't worried about no style, no kick, no punch. When we together, we don't even talk about martial arts. We are martial arts. We are just people coming together to connect, to rhythmically move and change the world. That's what makes it all. And when you still have a conflict with another martial artist, you haven't comprehended the principles. It's all the same. A kick's a kick, a punch, but it's that spiritual connection, man, that makes me be able to connect with a Stephen K. Hayes or a Dennis Brown, a Tayari Casella. List goes on and on. When I go in a room amongst martial artists or Bill Wallace or whatever, we don't even talk about Kung Fu, karate. That's so immature. We talk about the connections that we have to change the world through our expression of martial arts. And that's what Bruce Lee talks about.
Two things. First, I discovered Bruce Lee when I was a very young man. Bruce was the man. He just blew me away. And secondly, I was getting into gangs and drugs, and I got beat up really bad one day by rival gangs. 5 guys jumped me. I got 11 stitches here in my mouth, and that turned me to martial arts. Because at first, I wanted to just beat people up. To be honest with you, man, that's all I wanted to do. I didn't care about the arts. I didn't care about the gis and all that stuff. I just wanted to get back at these guys who beat me up. And then, as I started learning the martial arts, I started really transcending that and understanding that it's not about fighting. It's not about fighting them. It's about fighting yourself. It's all about you. It's all about what you, the empowerment that you do. And my universe used to be the one-ways where I grew up. It was a small area, a bunch of one-way streets where all the gangs used to be. I grew up in this area that was my universe was the one-ways where I grew up at. And then once I started getting into films and martial arts, my universe became the whole world, man. It became the whole world. I've traveled to India, Germany, England, Singapore. And this is the little kid from the body, a little fat little guy, he didn't know nothing about nothing. But I was very blessed with the Lord, martial arts, movies, and people like this gentleman right here. I'm serious, this guy is the man. I really, really admire and respect what he does.
So you can learn all the tricks, you can learn all the martial arts, you can learn all the skills, people can talk to you, they can do all that stuff. But if you don't have any confidence and self-esteem inside yourself, then all this stuff's going to be a waste of time. So the first and foremost thing that has to happen for me as a parent, I know, is that I got to make sure that my kid feels really good about himself inside. And he's willing to stand up and be able to express himself in a respectful and positive way, because once again, bullying and conflict is real strange, like a catch-22. You can tell your kid to stand up and say what you have to say, but then if your kid stands up and they say it in an arrogant and bad manner, that's going to make the person want to hurt you. So it comes back to character, and that means that you got to be able to voice your opinion, but you got to do it in a manner that doesn't intimidate the other person that's trying to hurt you. But then that goes right back to self-empowerment. It goes back to self-esteem. It goes back to positive self-talk.
I'm living it, man. I'm enjoying it, man. I mean, the good, the bad, the brick walls, but when you put so much love out, you get so much love back. Can you imagine the calls I can make and the people that are there and the people that are there to help me? They ain't giving me no dollars. They ain't giving me no trophies, no things. They just talking to me, reassuring me that I'm on the right path and to keep doing what you're doing. That's what my instructor tells me. That's what my wife tells me. That's what everybody tells me. And I might be pushing, I might be moving, but I have a balance too, because there's a day where I call it the dumb day. It might be a day where, guess what? You might ask me how much 1 + 1, I don't know. Because that's the day I get a chance to recover. I get a chance to just be, just want to be. I ain't no black belt. I ain't no 7th-degree black belt. I ain't no 7-time world champion. I ain't no grandmaster. I ain't none of that. I'm just a child of God, just trying to do my very best so I can be an example of truth that God has revealed to me. And I know that might be contradicting to most people. And I say this, and I'm going to show you something. I always tell my students this. See this right here? This means nothing. Out of respect, I wear this so I can show students that we got to have a goal. You got to set that goal, but you got to lead those results up to God, because God got so much more in store for you than what you got in your head. Belts mean nothing to me. Goals, I set them, but I let them go, man. I let them go. Man, God is good, man. Today, that's all we got.